Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Renewed. This one is we're not doing anything in this video. We're explaining what we're going to be doing if I can't figure out the problem, and we're going to explain the history of how we got to the problem. So, 29 years ago, 31 years ago, Mommy and Daddy, no, I'm just kidding. So anywho's, what we have here is a 1968 Chevrolet C10 pickup. I've had it since 2010. Christmas present from my dad. It originally had a 327, original motor, 327, 3-speed manual on the column. And, I kept the 3-speed for now. But that's not the issue. It's got a 350 in it currently because the 327 that was in it, it smoked like a 4 carton a day smoker. It was bad. So that motor had to come out for that reason alone. But that was not the actual reason we took that motor out, because I had to get this truck on the road. And that 327 developed a really weird knock. You could hear it. It would rock the whole truck. Very weird. So, my dad's best friend had this 350 out of a 1984. Supposedly it's got the RV cam in it. Had about 50,000 miles. And this is right around 2017. We decided, let's put this motor in. So we did a little bit to it. Nothing, no heads or intake manifold, carburetor. Put a harmonic balancer on it. That's important. And then put a couple other things from the 327. Carburetor, like I said, distributor, things like that. Put this motor in. Fired right up. Exact same knock. Rocked the whole truck. So, what we were thinking on the 327 was like timing gear, timing chain, something like that. Turned out to be probably one of the dumbest things you ever swapped a motor for. One of the prongs on the distributor cap had fallen down just a little bit, and the rotor was just hitting against it. So anywho's, fast forward a couple years, we've gone through 4 carburetors, second radiator. Actually, the first one's going back in soon. Anywho's, the other day, took it down to my parents' house to help fix the headlights wiring issue that I couldn't figure out. And we did that, and then they decided they were going to look things over, because he's more experienced than I am, and try to figure out an overheating issue to see if it's more than just a bad plugged radiator. And pulled a couple spark plugs, and they were paper white, pretty much. And so, harmonic balancer, we've known for years, is mismarked. So we've been timing it by ear, basically. And then we had remarked the harmonic balancer, but we weren't sure exactly how close we were. I did the proper procedures, but you never quite know. So we remarked it. My dad hit it with a timing light the other day and tried to adjust the timing. And then I was coming home and I could not get this thing over 45 miles an hour climbing a hill that just the other 2 days before I took that same hill at 60 miles an hour. So I realized that timing was wrong. And then I tried to readjust it, and it went downhill from there. So my dad, thankfully, he came up and we retimed it, this time using vacuum. And we're just once again checking things over, and we came across our big problem that I have to limp for another 6 months at least. Cylinder number 2 right down here, is running 100 degrees colder than all the other cylinders. So there's something wrong. Cylinder number 2 is a little sick. So if I can't figure out what's making it sick and fix this motor in the truck for cheap, we have a plan B, and I think you'll enjoy plan B. It's another 350. Supposedly it was a crate motor, a square body that's lifted 700 feet up in the air, very low mileage. We're gonna yank that motor out. Hasn't been running 15 years. I've got a set of, or my dad, excuse me, has a set of heads for a 350 that are 65 cc, so that should be less, which will bump up the compression, give her a little more oomph. Then we'll probably take our intake manifold, our distributor, because that's brand new, and carburetor, because that's brand new, and all the new parts off this motor, put it on that motor, put it in while potentially also doing a transmission swap at the same time, because I've already got it out and I've already got all the transmission. Why not? So if you guys want to see that on a video, it'll probably be a several part video. That'll be in a few more months because I have to limp this while fixing the car. Once the car is fixed, then I can set this down, get it done right. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I know this is probably not a very fun video, but it'll tell you where we're going with the channel and some projects that we got done, or getting done, excuse me, in the future. So with that being said, get out, grab a wrench, go renew something.